Alright, it is time for me to replace the transmission fluid in this sexy beast here. Alright, so on these 99 2000 Indians, drain plug is not that easy to find. And if you got a manual, I was able to get this one. It'll tell you need a 3/16 ball and hex key, 6-inch. You need a ratchet, 3/8 hex key. So what they're trying to show you, the transmission drain plug is under that clutch, not clutch, but the there's that housing there, and it has this plug there. So that's the 3/16 ball end. Of course, these are the ball ends, right? And so it'll allow a bit of an angle. So I'll try to get up under here, see if you can see it. But yeah, it's up under there. So there's just enough in there, just enough room to get right there. Don't know if it's making it in there, but I'll try anyway. Right? So hopefully you can see that. So yeah, obviously I warmed the bike up. The engine oil is at about 100 now. So took it around. Actually had to go buy that tool. And so anyway, yeah, I'll drain that, and then this is your fill tube and dipstick right here, and I'll show that here in a little bit. They say to use 20 ounces of fluid, 20 ounces of 80/90 gear oil in the transmission, and I'll show you how to make sure that it's the correct level. Alright, I just got a socket. This is a 3/8 socket. It's loose in here, but I got that in order to get enough leverage on this guy to loosen it. And so I'm going to continue on, watching out for the hot pipes. Of course, this is the heat shield on there, but this is probably going to make a mess. Yeah, that's what we do. We make a mess and then we clean it up. Okay, there we go. Alright. Let that drain out. We'll need to get the bike up like this to help it all drain out. Yeah, I wanted to do this transmission first before I did the oil and the engine, because I can always warm the engine up, but it takes quite a bit more time to warm the transmission up, obviously. So yeah, I'm sure you've seen oil drip before, so I'll shut it off. Hey Marlon, man, this is Harlan. Harlan Brando, your cousin. Man, I gotta tell you, you in nowheresville if you ain't following that guy's page, Mr. Chris Hall. Yeah, go like and subscribe on his little YouTube channel like you're supposed to. Because he's showing you how to do all his motorcycle stuff. Motorcycle, really. Well, you can say motorcycle. Yeah, whatever, motorcycle. And he fixes stuff around the house, shows you how to play guitar. Whatever, it's just, help the guy out. And that goes for y'all too. Appreciate your help. Help that guy out, Mr. Chris Hall. Like and subscribe. Alright, man. Take care. Looky here, Harlan. Don't you be talking to my viewers like that. Look, don't let anybody push you around. You know, it's a personal choice. I would appreciate it if you like and subscribe, you know, because I could bring more videos like this to you. Because I still haven't been paid yet. I've been doing this for over 10 years. I should probably stop right there, you know, but they kept moving the goalposts on me. And so I got to get 1,000 subscribers, and I've had videos with more than 100 to 1,000 views on it, but you know, whatever. It's fine. I do this because I try to give back. But if you could give back, I'd appreciate it. Hit that subscribe. It ain't going to cost you a dime. Maybe it'll cost you a dime. No, it won't cost you a dime. Nothing. Doesn't cost anything. Thank you for your support. All right. So here's my drain plug. And I'm using these, you know, gloves because I can't stand the smell of this stuff. Yeah, so you just need to clean off any metal shavings that are on the magnetic drain plug there. And they actually recommend to use some Teflon sealant on here. I would say the tape would be a mess and kind of hard to screw with, so I've got some liquid Teflon. I'll probably go ahead and throw on there. Don't think it needs it, but you know, the manual says to do it, so why not? I had some parts cleaner in my shop, so why not? I'll just go ahead and see if I can get some of this junk off of there. Alright, so and I got some T+2 Rector Seal. Maybe this isn't what they're meant, but this is what I'm going to use. It seems a little thick. So I'm just going to put a dab. As much as I can dab. Yeah, that's probably going to be way too much. Yeah. No, it can't hurt. It's Teflon. And you don't want any of that tape going around your transmission. So, oops. That magnet really works. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and try to get it back up in there. Try not to cross thread it. Alright, from under here, let's see if I can see where I'm trying to go here. Yeah, right under this bracket. This is the right there. So, it's going to give me a little bit of a hassle, it looks like. It's just not going to want to lock in there. See this thing, I'm going to have to guide it with two hands. So, and it's just going to keep grabbing. So, you get the idea. I'm going to have to go get that. Well, maybe I spoke a little too soon. But it seems like it's going in. No, it's not. So, yeah, that's my challenge. I'll get it in there. But I can't do it with one hand. Alright, that didn't take long. I just had to guide it in with two fingers. Like one finger on this side, one finger on that side. Get it there. Nice. And drop it in there. I'll clean that off. But it was going in. So, you just have to trust me on that. Alright. Here we go. Alright, I gently snugged it up with this little thing. You don't want to get it too tight because then it's just a terrible angle to try to get any torque. So just enough to where it's just not going to come out. And then of course, I'm going to come back in and clean this grease. Oh my gosh. Alright, I've got an Aquafina bottle that is 20 ounces. This is a quart, so obviously that's more than 20 ounces. Don't overfill it. So, yeah. Once again, doing this one-handed mess. A little easier when it's two-handed. So this one's been well recommended for this S&S transmission that's on here for the 99 and 2000 Indians. So it doesn't give the viscosity but it's V-twin oil, transmission oil. So get it pretty close. I actually put in a little bit before I left, so just to top it off because it was a little low before I warmed it up. So that ends up being just about right. So yeah, I ended up putting in, it was kind of low. So right on. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this, take my funnel and take that off. This one right here. It's a 3/8 hex key. I'm going to bring in this transmission jack to get it level. So yeah, I'm not really keen on doing this one-handed.
Pretty good.
Yes, sir. All right, I got it leveled up. I just got it barely off the ground because this is how you tell the correct level. So this is my 3/8 socket. I'm gonna loosen this dude up. Yeah, on my little trip to warm it up, I went ahead to my local parts store and got them to open up the box O-rings. So I went ahead and replaced this little O-ring. It was a 114. It was whatever O'Reilly's had. So anyway, just bring your dipstick and or your bike and just take your dipstick tube off and you'll be good. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that 20 ounces in there. Alright, I just went ahead and got some rags because it may overflow, who knows. So here we go. Not the best angle for this funnel. When we're done, I'll check the dipstick and not thread it. It's just supposed to snug up to the holes there, and it needs to be level as far as the way it's snugged up, and it needs be between the lines on the dipstick. There's still a little bit left in here, so I'm gonna check it, see how we're doing. These are the two lines on there, and it says what F and A, which I have no idea what that means. Full and empty. I don't know. It's gonna drip. And let's go ahead and check how it is. It probably dipped down in there like it shouldn't have, and it's gonna give a false reading that it's full. So this isn't really that great, but it's gonna at least try to, I'm gonna keep this up like this, come in at an angle like this, and try to get it where I'm not hitting the other stuff in there. Get it level where it's about to thread in. Okay, right there is where we want. And not dip it down so it's not registered. I'm going to see if I can thread it. Okay, it's starting to thread. So that's correct. So now it's down at the lowest level there. So I'm going to keep going. I don't want to go over this F here. But yeah. But the rest of this, it's in there. It doesn't seem like it takes too much. It's like Pepto-Bismol. To where it's empty, it has no markings. and just thread it once and pull it out. So it's still at the same mark. So I need to put in some more. I'll open up another bottle. This is why I got 2 bottles. All right, so this is Redline synthetic V-twin transmission with shockproof. Oh yeah, but full synthetic gear oil. It doesn't say that it's 80/90, but it's made for V-twins, right? So there's no way for me to know how much I'm actually putting in there unless I go and get another container. But so I'm just gonna go glug 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 glug. That looks like 2 or 3 or 4 ounces. That looks like maybe it's gonna get it right there to the line out. So we'll see if that makes any difference. Oh, and it went up. So let me check this again. I think I might be there. Okay, so that's, I'm gonna cross-thread it. Yeah, I think I'm there. It's looking good. I'll tighten this dude down gently. I do have a new O-ring on there, so that'll help keep it from popping out. So I'm just gonna, yeah, there we go. I'm gonna clean all this other stuff up, and I'm good with the transmission. All right, now onto the oil for this handsome devil. All right, really interesting. Without reading the manual and looking at it, it's not real obvious how to drain the engine oil out of this thing. So this is your oil bag, so to speak. It's made out of chrome, so it's not really a bag, it's a reservoir. And then of course your oil filter is in the front here, right? So really tight fit there, but I should be able to get, I don't know if I gotta take this off or what. I don't know if it'll come off. I don't want to mess with it, but I should be able to get a wrench in there, loosen that. But I'm going to get something in here to catch this nasty stuff as it goes. So I got this new K&N, and it's got this wrench off feature, and it's a chromey polished aluminum, you know, polished stainless, yeah. So that's what this one was supposed to get. But first, I'm going to drain this out of here. And so I have a light here. It's really funny. This is your drain tube, and it's not going into the frame. There's a plug that's welded here. So just get a 5/16 or 1/4 inch. I don't know what that is, but it's probably a 5/16. It might be a 1/4. And get in there, loosen it, and drain it down into our little drain pan. Nice low profile. I spent a lot of money on this custom drain pan, I tell you what. I always bring my 1/4 inch and 5/16 nut drivers for these guys. I'm gonna guess it's the 1/4. Yep. So loosen this dude up. It's gonna make a little bit of a mess, but it looks like the easiest path is to pick it up and then push it back down in between the frame rails there. Oh, that's gonna be stuck. And I left it up on the jack here. I'm gonna move this clamp out of the way. I might have to get another something else to pry that dude off there. Yeah, it's gonna be a pain. But forgive me, Father, for I've sinned. I have not changed the oil on this in a while. So that's what I get. There we go. So I intentionally did not pull this plug yet, because I'm keeping the air there. Now when I pull this guy out, that's when it's going to start flowing out. There we go. So I'll just lean it back in here, just allow it start leaning like that, and then let this stuff drain out. Yeah, pretty goopy. So you've seen oil drain before, I'm sure. Alright, so I commandeered one of my wife's little cutting platforms. She said I could have it. So what I want to do is, anyway, I took this plug off that we were talking about over there. It was right there. So it's just something I stuck up in here. Obviously the engine's cooled a little bit. It was a rectangle. So I'm sticking this long corner up under there. See if it can, kind of folding it in like this around where there's going to be something. See where I pushed it all the way in like that? Then I can push this guy down, create a riverway. Then I'll put my other drain pan right there. That looks like it's probably going to work. I don't know, my first time messing with this. So I raised the bike up a little more on the jack there. Could get my other main drain pan up under there, and then, you know, it'll probably drip down in there, I'm hoping. So let's see how this works. Now to get the oil filter wrench. Alright, I got the oil filter wrench. It's this this kind, bent like this. Makes that noise. And yeah, looks like it's gonna be just fine. It really wasn't all that tight on there, which is a good thing. Yes, wasn't leaking before. And here comes the oil coming down my little river. Green River. Yeah. So here comes the mess. Get out of here. Mosquitoes, I love them. Alright. Alright. Off. Got some of my 2050 motorcycle oil. Be kind to the next guy, which is going to be me. Probably. Put that little coat of oil there. Alright. Alright, got my little rubber gloves. Got a clean towel. A little shop rag. So it looks like it's pretty much done draining. Let me go grab that light real quick. Don't want to leave any rag residue behind. Just want to make sure I got something clean there. And I'm really happy with how this thing turned out. I gotta thank my wife for sacrificing one of those little plastic cutting boards. What the heck is that? Alright. So, already pre-lubed that dude. Get it on there. Trying to make sure it's straight. Don't cross thread it. It looks pretty good. Alright, and I'm just going to get this guy out of the way. It's done its job. Good job cutting the board. Alright. So, can you still see that? Yeah. Alright, so it just made contact. Alright, now I want to make a 3/4 to a full turn. So there's my serial number there. I'll go grab a socket and then tighten it there. 17 millimeter. Alright, so I got my 17mm socket. That's a quarter turn. That's a half turn. This is going to be 3/4 right there. And didn't scratch that at all. No chrome to flake off. This is going to be kind of nice. Not going to be super shiny, but it's not going to be super dull. Then, can't forget to put my plug back on here. That's how it went there. Alright. Alright. Looks like everything's happy there. Good deal. Alright. Now, let's go plug the oil bag and fill her up. Alright, I was going to go give myself another hose clamp. And I was checking this end out, and it's a little bit split. Like it's already starting to split right there. Best thing for me to do is to replace this hose, but I'm going to cheese out, because I can do that, because it's my own stuff. Because this looks like a real pain to get to this other hose over here, because it's not even a regular hose clamp, it's one of the squeezy clamps, and then, you know, I don't want to take the seat off and all that crap. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to cut the end off. We'll see how that goes. Make sure it's not going to be up right next to the starter, but I'm just going to cut this little end off. There's enough to just get this last little bad piece of tubing off of there using my tubing hose cutter. Alright, that's enough to make it on top of there, and then get rid of the bad stuff here that might leak. So that'll get me down the road. So next time I change the oil, maybe I'll go ahead and tackle that project then. So anyway, yeah, I'll have to get a new hose clamp. Alright, well, I got my new hose clamp, started my hose on there. It's going to take a little effort to get it past this little nodule that's on there, little lip. Well, you get the idea. I'm going to have to use other means. I'm ripping up my glove. So I got to keep this clamp up here, keep pushing down here to get it around on there, and it's slipping, and I'm going to change my glove out. Alright, working on my little hose here, got my clamp way up there, and I'm going to have to figure out some way to kind of wrestle that dude on there. So I've got some pliers here, let's see if that helps. Push it down. Seems like it's working. Kind of feels like it's working. Let's see how it goes. I made a little bit of progress, but I still gotta get this last little bit on there. So I can feel the little lip is right there. So it's working. I just keep wrestling it down on there. So it's just the downward, grabbing it with the pliers, pushing it down like this. So squeeze and push down, pretty much working. Yeah. This is fun. The fun of motorcycling. Yes. Yeah, the lip is down there. Yep. Okay, I'm gonna call that good and start tightening that dude down. All right. Get it past that lip here. Get it to where I can get to it next time. And make sure it's not too far past the hose here. Because the hose is pretty much right there on the frame. That's right where I want it. Yep. So it's kind of getting past. Okay, I can still get to it. Alright, I know how to do it. Let's snug it up. Alright. So now I can put some oil back in here. It says it calls for 3 quarts. I only bought 3 quarts. I didn't put any oil in the filter. For obvious reasons, because it's gonna make a freaking mess. Alright, and you probably already know this, but this is really flimsy on the edges, so you gotta be careful when you go and take your little drain pan and fill it up into your bigger drain pan. So, right. Here we go. Black Gold Texas tea. Alright, enough of that. Alright, I got 3 quarts. It says it takes 3 quarts, so I'm going to put in 2. Alright, done with quart number 1. Let's go to quart number 2. Number 2. Already took the little thing off, just so. 20W50 motorcycle oil. Come back to that in 5 minutes or so. Alright, done with number 2. I don't think it's going to register at all. See if it shows up. Yeah, it is kind of showing up there. Put it all the way down. And yeah, it's showing up at that bottom mark. So you don't want to overfill these. So I'm gonna do some thinking on this. Because yeah, if you overfill it, it just pukes all out. So I'm gonna do a little bit more research and I'll come back. Alright, I consulted the manual and it says bring the oil level up to the bottom of the filler neck, and they got a little arrow there, and there's the bottom of the filler neck right there. Okay, so we're almost there. Now looking at this guy, this is an aftermarket piece that shows the temperature and all that. So there actually is a little dimple right here, and I think that's the high point and that's the absolute minimum low point, maybe. So that right there looks like it's going to be hitting that little dimple, so we got more to go in there, and I'll go ahead and shine the light in there to show. Kind of see the oil down in there, and it's not to the bottom of that filler neck yet. It still has an inch or so to go. You can see it's kind of down in there, and there's your filler neck. You can kind of see down to the end of the filler neck, and it's not there yet. So I'll just keep filling it until it goes to that, and then I'll start it up. Check it. Alright, I'm gonna light my way as I go. Can't give you my vantage point, but I'm just filling it until it gets to the bottom of that neck. Okay. That looks like it's right there to the bottom of that filler neck. What do you think? What do you think? Yeah. All right. So, I think it might be just about time to go fire it up. Check it out. Just in case it gurgles out, I went ahead and put it at the first little spot. I didn't push it all the way in case it needs a vacuum. Yep, I got plenty of oil pressure, and this didn't gurgle out. Push that dude back on. All right, and it still looks like it is already dirty. Yeah, well, that's that old oil mixing with the new stuff. It takes a few oil changes to get it all out. Anyway, it looks like it's right there, still at the bottom of the filler neck. And then my dipstick is still looking, push it all the way down, pull it all the way out. It's still looking like it's, yeah, it's right at where it ought to be. So I'm gonna call that good for a little bit, clean everything up, get it to my vantage point, and yeah, I'll be done with that oil change. That's good. Alright, while the bike's still up on the lift and the level, let's talk about air pressure. It's something that you need to check every single time that you can. So, just so you know, specs say 36 in the front and 40 in the rear. So, with these tubeless spokes, they're probably going to leak. And if you want to know why your Indian's not driving so well, that's probably why. Is low air pressure. That happened to me on my first Indian that I had. So it's always going to be on the right hand side of the bike, and super easy to do it while it's on the lift or on the jack. And I'm at 30, so I'm gonna go to 36. All right. So the back, I've got to do at 40. The back is especially one that you need this lift for, because there ain't no way you're gonna be able to roll, get down up under here. I mean, this is pain. But we suffer for the style, right? You can't get to it over here. You can only get to it in this little area right here, right? So, I've already taken it off. Man, these are already dirty. Rapidly losing pressure as I screw it up. Okay, so we're at 30, which ain't all that great. So we're gonna fill it up till it's 40. And it's been a few months since I checked it, so it's not doing too bad. All right, just hit 40 right there. Yeah. All right. But don't be a square. And I'm talking to you too. Y'all don't be squares. Like, subscribe, wherever it is on there. Come on, go do it now. Do it now. All right. All right, Harlan. I appreciate you spreading the word, but don't badger my viewers like that. You just gotta like and subscribe. So, all right. Y'all have a good day now. All right, take care. So if you could find it in your hearts, you know, to just hit that subscribe button, And then the little like thing, and, you know, I'll get more views and stuff, and you can help me out. But if not, just go on your merry way. That's fine. You know, I'll be sitting over here with my little broken heart, and then you'll just be all sassy and happy, I guess. I can't figure you out.